Our Baltic countries have tiny populations, but that helps us to move faster. Now, one generation past the long occupation, space is one place where Baltic people have moved quickly and are making legitimate claims. Each of our space facilities have a skill set uniquely different from each other, but together these skill sets represent a regional space competency that rivals other European regions. Introducing the Baltic Space Facilities. Our colleagues in Helsinki at the Finnish Meteorological Institute, or FMI, are expert in solar system magnetic fields, space weather, climate modeling, and plasmas. Our spacecraft may someday employ FMI's electric solar wind sail to travel to the outer solar system without large quantities of propellant. FMI's neighbors at the Planetary System Research Group at the University of Helsinki are the world's experts in light scattering from planetary surfaces. They can tell you what kinds of textures exist on airless bodies such as asteroids. Across the Baltic Sea and southeast of Helsinki is Estonia's largest astronomical observatory, Tartu Observatorium. Astrophysics, Earth observations, and space technology are Tartu's skill sets. Their fast entry into ESA as a full member country demonstrates a path forward for Latvia and Lithuania. Tartu's community of young space workers, from its S-Cube series of small satellites, provides the first significant human resources for Baltic spacework. Well, further south in Latvia, we have fewer human resources than our Estonian colleagues, but we have renewed and new space hardware that is ready for space applications. The Institute of Environmental Solutions has developed a significant capacity in Earth observations below the clouds. Their ESA-funded flying laboratory is an instrument fused from 8 sensors in the ultraviolet, visible, near-infrared light wavelengths and LiDAR for ground topography. This instrument flies in a small airplane that can travel long distances in all weather conditions. Clouds are a common weather phenomenon in the Baltics, which is why Baldwin Observatory succeeded in its first significant astronomical contribution in the 1970s and 80s by observing a category of late evolution stars called carbon stars. These stars can be observed in poor sky conditions, which led to one of Europe's largest photographic plate archives. The Baldwin S. Schmidt archive is 25,000 wide-field plates which span 34 years. The plates can be data mined for solar system small bodies such as asteroids and comets. Classrooms like to visit Baldwin Observatory too. Increasing numbers of young people to Baldwin resulted in 2016 of 6,000 young people learning basic principles of astronomy. West of Baldwin in Riga, the Sanders Space Flight Museum describes one man's push to get off the planet. Friedrich Sanders, a contemporary of Robert Goddard, was building rockets and making calculations for interplanetary travel 100 years ago. Humans, their dogs, monkeys, and robots obviously succeeded to be launched into space starting in 1957. In that year, 60 years ago, Sputnik was launched. The Riga Satellite Laser Ranging Station started its many decades of work tracking satellites, which in 1957 consisted of handwritten diagrams. Come visit the satellite tracking station in the University Botanical Gardens and you can see Sputnik in those logbook recordings for yourself. West of Riga, with a 3-hour car drive, is the Ventspils International Radio Astronomical Center, or VIRAC. VIRAC used to be a Soviet radio listening post onto the West during the Cold War. When the Soviet-Russian military were making preparations to leave after Latvia's re-independence, their first solution was to destroy the radio telescopes. But scientists at the Latvian Academy of Sciences provided a diplomatic repurposing of the telescopes to be used for science, and they were persuasive. The telescopes were saved. Today, the telescopes are used for solar physics, debris, and small body observations. New plans are being made to use a 16-meter as a ground station for tracking CubeSats. Finally, we head southeast to our Lithuanian colleagues in Molotai. Molotai Observatory contributes most actively to our planetary community through their asteroid discoveries and spectroscopic measurements. Their facility offers a training during the summer for astronomy students. Next door to Molotai's observatory is the Ethno-Cosmological Museum. This includes Europe's largest public observatory and a deep Baltic cultural linking of humans to the cosmos.